question for you. Would you date him? Huh? I'm asking. Would you date him?
Would I date him?
Yeah.
Why are you asking me?
I'm curious. We're doing an experiment. Want to know if you would date him? How about now? Does that make it better? Does that make it better? How about now? We gotta take her. We gotta take her right here. We gotta take her. Come on. Yes, no? You can say.
Yes, I would.
Yeah,
Be honest,
like
be
that.
honest, be honest.
You
I
don't
am honest.
Be honest.
about him. But you would date him anyways.
Sure. What time?
What if I told you he murdered 4 women
Huh?
just like you? What if I told you he murdered 4 women just like
What
you?
are the chances he's gonna do 5?
He's ready to go.
I like the way you think.
He's ready to go.
I like the way you think.
It's true. It's true. No regrets. No regrets.
I didn't know this is happening.
Can you have your number?
Yeah, you can have my number. Just don't call too late, all right?
He's in. So it's your boy Wham Bam. We got AZD here in the house. We're out here in the streets of Las Vegas doing a social experiment. Okay? This man says he can pick up any girl, any place, anytime, anywhere. Just give him 5 minutes to get to know her. And unfortunately in the world today...
Hold on. I can get a woman to be attracted to me and interested in me in 5 minutes of conversation. And I think anybody can do it. That's what I'm trying to show.
Yeah.
There's a science behind conversation, and we're demonstrating it. So put me to the test. Let's see what happens.
And not just that, people judge people by what they look like, right? They don't get to know you first.
Yeah.
So we're gonna put this both together. We're gonna see what really comes out. We're gonna find out what the world really says.
Let's see. I bet you I won't miss. Let's see what happens.
Just looking at him, I want to ask you an honest question.
This is an awkward question.
Would you go out with him? No? How about you?
No.
You wouldn't either? Okay, so honest question, why?
He looks like a gang member.
Okay? Honest question, why?
His appearance doesn't really bother me. I'm just not looking for a relationship. I wouldn't know.
Great.
So hypothetically,
So
if
what I want to do, I
you-
want you to spend 5 minutes with him real quick and then just see whether or not he can change your mind. Okay? And I'm going to bless you with something. So just go ahead. You have 5 minutes to change your mind.
Are you guys okay with doing that or no?
Yeah.
Huh?
We're working.
We're working right
Yeah.
now.
We'll spend 5 minutes so they get to know you to see
Okay,
whether
but
or
you
not
said
you can
because I
change
was
their
like a
mind.
gangbanger, right? Right. So what if you knew that I've never been to jail, never gangbanged before? With that, and that would be the truth. Is that the reason why you said that, or is there another judgment?
That's another reason too.
Yeah, that's the thing. So what's the real reason behind it?
I'm not really into face tattoos.
Right. So now let's say the judgment is no face tattoo, right? Because that prevents people from talking to you, obviously, right? And when you see the face tattoos, it tells you what, like I'm a bad person, or like.
I'm just not attracted to it.
Right. So is it true that women are more attracted to a man's character in the end, than making them feel safe, secure, and strong? Like, let's say you find a guy that's like your type physically, whatever that is, and you find out his character is weak. Like
For
you
me,
speak,
it's
yeah.
both. I have to be attracted.
Of
and
course,
the
of
character
course,
has to be.
of course. What about you? Does it make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're trying to understand a little bit more what I'm saying, right? Are you a Cancer or is that hit it?
I'm a Libra.
Are you a Libra?
Yeah.
What's it like being a Libra?
I make very calculated decisions.
So you're calculating right now.
Kind of.
No, do it
So,
for
like-
yeah.
One thing that I think, because I know other people with face tattoos, and nothing against them, it's like we're friends.
Yeah, it's an expression. That's all
I
it is,
stay
right?
away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like the whole romantic scene.
You do?
Why? You don't like romance? Oh, I'm sorry. This is
No,
your
no, no,
conversation.
no,
I work
It's your
hard.
conversation. My bad.
You say something obviously happened because you know. and
No, I
whatever,
just
yeah.
typically don't date in general, but I've
And why is that?
I know of other people with face tattoos
Yeah.
and even skull tattoos, and one thing that always comes to mind is it's like going through that process. Like you guys must have a very high pain tolerance.
It hurts a
You
lot.
must have been at least.
But it's more the judgment that you have to deal with afterwards. The pain is temporary. The judgment stays forever. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so let's say you knew that if you looked like me and you walked around, there was gonna be an immediate judgment, and you see it in people's eyes right away, right? And let's say you know how to deal with that, but there was a reason why I had to deal with that, and I dealt with it really good. Let's say I shined under pressure like that, and you knew that, right?
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. Is that a bad thing? No. So what is it that I know you're not in the dating scene, but if you were, what is something you look for in a guy? A quality.
I'd say integrity
How would you know this person has integrity?
based off character.
Right, but let's say we just have 5 minutes of speed dating show, right? How would you? What would? what are the signals I'd be giving you with a yes or no on my integrity? And we don't know each other. We're doing a social experiment.
I mean,
Like not a high ego, right?
yeah, no, ego gets.
But how do you judge that right now in this moment? Let's say we have like 2 minutes left, and you have to. It's a
You
game
can
show.
kind of tell by like what they're wearing and stuff too, and how they carry themselves.
Okay.
I feel like it's also how they lead the conversation.
Yeah.
How's that going right now? Am I leading the conversation okay or no?
No, yeah, you're doing great.
Let me ask you a question. So I'm going to interject real quick. Does he seem to fit the character that you thought when you first saw him?
Oh, that's a good question. After talking for a few minutes.
You know, after talking to him now, getting to know him a little bit, is he the guy that you thought he may be when you first saw
Did
him?
you think I'd be able to talk like this?
No, I think he has
Yeah.
a much softer
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah.
He's a
more
teddy bear.
kind.
He's a teddy
Yeah.
bear.
I'm not a teddy
I know,
bear.
I'm like,
That thing I'm
I
not.
wasn't
I may
intimidated
be-
or anything. But
No,
I'm
no.
like, okay, he is more of a teddy bear.
Yeah, he's a teddy bear.
Wait.
looks
That's
like
not
a
teddy
badass.
bear me right now.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah.
is a badass too. He's a badass too. Trust
you
me,
tell
he's a
that or not?
badass too.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I
I
can
give
give
this
this
man a hug. He's cool.
Give him a hug. Give him a hug. Give the man a
Oh, well,
hug.
that's nice.
See?
So we've been talking for a few
progress.
minutes now, right? Let's say we went on a dating show. Now I'm going to challenge you with something, right?
Okay.
There's guys that fit more the type of guys you've dated before. And then there's me on the panel, okay? And then we've had this much time, and I want you to just run an experiment. You spoke to a guy that you normally talk to. Do you know the conversation will probably be shallow in general, most likely? But it doesn't feel like that right now, does it? Can you feel there's a depth here or no?
Yeah, there
That's
is
called
a depth,
character.
yeah.
And you feel that right away, right?
Yeah, it's questioning why.
What is that?
Like talking to you is questioning why.
Questioning why. Can you go further? Like,
Versus like talking to someone else. They're just
I
getting
see.
to know you.
Yeah, it's a little bit deeper.
Present.
Oh yeah, well I'm present. That's what it is, right? So I think that in a relationship, presence is first. Are you cold? Are you like cold?
I'm kind of, but I'm good. I'm good.
No, we're good. We're good.
You know where that?
No, we're good.
No, I'm good.
I'm just trying to show you my
But
muscles.
thank you for offering.
Would it make a difference
I
if you felt?
appreciate you
Would
offering.
it make a difference if you felt that?
Sure.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
Okay,
That's
hold on.
discipline.
Yeah.
That's discipline.
That
Okay.
Come on.
Now, what
How
if-
much
hold on.
discipline's there? How much discipline?
You got
You don't want to
discipline
compare.
too.
No, not as much. Because here's the next part. Now ask him if he has discipline there.
Oh, that's attractive.
What's that?
Hey,
That
hold
is
on. Hey,
attractive.
hey,
Has it been 5 minutes or no? Hold on. Said that's
Plus
attractive.
7. Yeah, it's attractive. It's there.
Has it
Yeah.
been
It's
5 minutes yet?
attractive.
Yeah.
Because you have to put in real discipline in the gym and in your diet to have
good
your
call.
body that way.
And that's important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Discipline's important. Now, you feel a bit different about this gangbanger now? Right on, high five.
All right. So listen. Can you go out with him? Will you go out with him?
First of all, you guys, you have to know I'm in a relationship.
He
I'm in a
is.
relationship. Yeah.
I'd go out with him.
You would go out with him?
I would
Yeah,
definitely
he
go
has
out
a
with him.
very strong character. He has a good character.
Thank
He's a respectable person. He respects me, and he clearly respects my boundaries
Yeah.
based
I can see
on
that,
how
right?
he held his
Yeah.
conversation.
He's a
You're
gentleman.
smart.
Gentleman.
Well, how are you not dating anybody? You're a treasure. What happened?
Well, I'm 21. I'm waiting till marriage.
That's beautiful.
The last time I dated, I was in high school and I was 16. I dated my childhood best friend, and things just didn't really go the way I wanted it to. And I'm just kind of waiting for that right person. And
You know
I feel
what's
like
really-
there's a lot of obstacles that are extremely difficult to navigate dating and living here in Vegas.
Absolutely. One of the toughest. That's why we're here. I'm actually a dating coach, #1 in the world.
Oh, shit.
That's my job.
That's right.
But I got there through my own life, not through Hollywood. Right? So now we're in Vegas demonstrating it. And what I do know is this, that my look is a preventive measure for some girls are really into it, as you can imagine. They're the type of girl that likes me, right?
Because you're interested. They want to know what you're all
No,
about.
there's some girls like tattoos. Some girls like
tattoo,
gangsters. You
absolutely.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
And they gravitate.
Every girl.
But here's what I know on a DNA level. That we're talking relationships, right? You test for character, integrity, respect, all that, right? And that's most important. Now you also saw my muscles. So at the right time, I'm obviously looking like a soccer mom right now. You know, it was the last minute thing we just threw together. You see me in the club at the right, I'm carrying myself properly, and I'm followed by the right amount of men, and you see other beautiful women with me. That would make a difference, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah. How the environment responds to me is important. Because a man should, believe it or not, a man should be slightly dangerous. Did you know that? To be able to take care of you. That's important to her. Is it important to you?
Yeah, protection.
So now let's say you're now with the type of guy that's not like this. And we pass each other and I'm with her. And he looks and you feel fear from your man in regards to me. What happens to your attraction to the man? You feel it. It's
Yeah,
biological.
It goes down.
It goes down.
Yeah.
And you feel that too because he doesn't know how to act around you.
I think you feel fearful. You feel fearful.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm like, how can I go out with this man and trust this man if he
can't protect
clearly-
you?
So let's add one thing to
He
the
can't
list.
even protect himself.
Thank you. Let's add one more thing to the discipline. There's no man I fear. And you should know that. Because I'm there to protect my woman. And if I'm afraid of him, I can't. Not only that, my friends are strong. Lions go with lions. Right?
Of course.
Wow.
And that's very admirable. Not a lot of men are that way anymore.
So what is
Or
that way
even
that you're talking about?
that even
What part
want to
of it?
take care of women.
Oh, I'm driven to take care of my woman.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of men, especially my age,
Is that right?
that have that sentiment.
Your age would be very difficult right now. I'm older. Can
Yeah.
you take a guess how old I am? I won't get offended anyway.
If I may,
47.
Yeah, absolutely.
47.
Okay.
I was gonna say 44.
Okay, 48.
Oh,
Nice, nice.
yeah.
That's the guess. That's crazy. Now, at your age, would you ever date a man that much older than you? That's
The
a
last
yes.
time I ever had a crush on a guy, he was in his late 40s, but I just
Really?
can't bring myself to do it because my dad is 60 and it's like, just like,
60 and 40 are not the same.
I know, but
12 years
it's just
from now.
a little,
Yeah, I understand that.
and especially because at the time I met that gentleman, I was 19 and it just felt like more of a jump. I feel like when I get a little bit older, I'd be more okay with such a large age gap.
That makes sense. What if this 48-year-old looked like that now? That's when I'm 48. Now, what I want to remind you is at some point, whoever you're dating is going to turn 48. When that day comes, remember this day if we don't know each other. And compare him. And you go, oh my God, I want to go back and say, I would date this guy in a second. Because they're 40 years old. It's not going to look like that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
Thank you so much. Hey, do me a favor. You can go ahead and you guys, because we're going to be posting some of this, so you can follow right there and subscribe and stuff on that. Okay. Let me put you to your tip bar. For you, 20. All right. Thank you, ladies.
No.
No why?
I don't believe you on that one. Your eyes already told me. Did you know that? Wait, you lied actually. You lied. You lied. She lied. She knew.
Well, look, you're smiling now. You sure?
He'll be more my friend.
More your
I'll-
friend. No,
yeah,
you're in the
more
friend.
friend.
You're in the friend zone. Well, why a friend? You don't even know him yet.
It's just too much. It's just too much.
What do you
going
mean
on.
too much?
You're saying I'm too much. Have you looked in the mirror? What are you talking about?
It's just too much tattoos. I know I don't want to tattoo.
Too much tattoos.
Yeah, and yeah,
It's on you. It's not on you.
I know.
This is to
That's like makeup,
hold on.
right?
This is to let the animals in the jungle know I'm a certain type of animal. That I know how to take care of my woman. That she doesn't got to worry about. That she could look like that. We could go anywhere and they have to divert their eyes, or come with their tails between their legs. That's what the tattoos are for. They're earned. You still don't like my tattoos? 'Cause what if I tattoo your name?
You look nice. It's just.
Is it just about looks? Jesus Christ. Let's go a little deeper. Yeah? My looks are okay. Would it help if you feel my back?
You look nice.
Oh.
It's funny.
Does that help at all?
You look good.
How good?
TNT.
Feel here.
TNT.
TNT.
She gave you dynamite.
You did yeah. TNT. Let me see.
Nah, yeah.
Let me see. No, you want to say. Hold on, real quick. 'Cause we're-
So is it a definite no? Break my heart kind of no right now? If you're available, we would go on a sushi date or no? If I took you to
Yeah, I
sushi,
try.
you
You
would?
would go there.
I
too.
try, yeah.
You would
We would
The
try.
more I
try.
hear him talk, the more his vibe. I like the personality.
Oh, you like the
Yeah, I would-
personality.
yeah.
Damn.
Now you got to know him a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So we judge people by what they look.
That's okay. I
immediately.
judge you too by the way you look. I just like what I saw. There's a difference. You usually don't like what you see. But here's the important part. Since we started like that, if you like me, you're gonna like me for me, and I'll take that over anything. See the difference? Now let's say you like my looks, and then you got to know me and it was different. So I have an advantage over everybody because my looks deter everybody. That's why we're doing the social experiment. But if a girl takes the time to get to know me for a few minutes, more and more, now, isn't it true that women test for character?
They do.
Right? You test for character. So if you were gonna date a
She's
man,
like, yep.
if you were gonna date a man, what would be like, let's say, two most important qualities? Be honest, because honesty is important.
I love a man that can dress.
You what?
I love a man that can dress.
But your style of dress.
Come on,
That's what
come
you're
on, come on, come on.
saying, right? Because we're all dressed, but we all have our
I
style.
love-
You know you like that booty.
I love a
Yeah. You like what?
and a man that smell good.
You smell me.
You smell good.
Okay, so I got one. Then what else?
Hold on.
A nice
Do I got a
sound.
one? Do I got a
Nice
one?
what?
Yeah, you got a nice sound. I like
Yeah, all
A smile? Oh, that's all crooked. My face has been beat up so many times. I used to be really handsome a long time ago.
Really?
Yeah. I really was actually. I was
How
a
old are
model.
you?
Take a guess and I'll tell you.
Stop saying how what you
He
were.
doesn't want to use any negative.
Stop.
Take a guess. I'm fine with it. I'm older.
34.
I'm 48.
48?
Yeah, I'm 48. Now you like me even more.
You funny.
It's true, I am. Because you know why funny? Intelligence, it takes intelligence to have a sense of humor. You have to have a fast mind, put it together in present time, and relate it to somebody else.
So do every tattoo mean something?
Everyone.
Everyone was earned. Earned, like, if I was in the tribal days, I'm a tribal man. It wouldn't be tattoos, it would be burned in my skin, but I would look crazy. Right? You think I look crazy now? I'm that motherfucker that if we go to a tribal like Aborigines, when I walk up with you, they're not gonna make fun of me. They're gonna bow down. They know I'm a warrior. So keep that in mind.
Definitely.
That's right. Oh, damn.
Do me a favor. Follow us right there. You subscribe, follow us and stuff. And hey, go get you something to eat.
Can I get a side hug?
Go get something
Yes,
to eat.
sir.
Thank you. Okay.
You have a blessed day.
Thank you. We're asking people questions. We want to see if judging somebody by its looks, if you would date somebody looking like that. What's the big smile for? What's the laugh? Is that a yes or a no?
No comments.
No comment? Why? No, for real. Just seriously.
What if you knew that I came from tribe, from somewhere in Middle East, like around Egypt, and I look like this because I'm from a tribe over there. These tattoos are tribal tattoos, not a gang.
She ain't buying that. You're not buying it? Or you're saying no?
No.
You wouldn't date somebody like that?
No.
Why?
Because that's not my thing.
That's not your thing.
Tattoos is not your thing. Is that what you're saying? So it's a surface thing.
Yes.
And so what if the character underneath was different? What if it was a strong, wise man? Would it make any difference?
Oh,
Like you have to know the person. So the physical would be enough for you to say no? Wow. Is that good or a bad quality, you think?
maybe it's a bad quality because I should not judge, but
Do you believe that? Or
yes.
no? You do believe that?
I do believe that.
Oh, you do?
I do believe
Why do
that.
people
And there's
judge?
something.
Why
Huh?
do people
I
judge?
understand why people judge, but once you know it's a bad quality and you still choose to keep it, I get curious why.
Because we're human and we
Right.
live in the flesh.
That's true.
Yes. So.
And so should we work on ourselves to get better? Or
Yes,
should we
we
give up?
should. We should definitely should.
So is it some years in the future, maybe 10, 15 years from now, you've worked on yourself and you won't judge me like that?
No, I'm not judging you. I just,
No, you just did.
I just would not date someone with tattoo
I'm just
covered
saying,
all
10,
over.
15 years from
But-
now.
but
Would I
why?
date someone with covered in tattoo?
if
No.
you-
What if every man out there in the world had tattoos all over their face?
Then I'll go back the way I came.
You know?
Yeah, tattoo's just not my thing. Maybe a little
Where did you
here
come
and
from?
there,
You said
but
you came
in the
back from-
face.
Where'd you come from?
Huh?
You said you would come back to where you came.
From my parents.
Oh, you inside their inside.
I'll go back
You
to
gonna
the
climb
other
in there?
Yes,
Go.
I'll go back to the other side.
You know originally where tattoos come from? Why some people like where they started?
I'm not sure.
It was warriors and tribes when they go hunting. And they would come back and then they would mark their bodies with the power of the animal or God or spirits. And the shaman would do it. You know what a shaman is? Spirit man. I mean, medicine man, medicine woman. That's what tattoos are.
Yes,
Then in
but-
present time, no, I'm not trying to make you like it. I'm just educating you because you say you want to get better in life, right? Or no?
I
Because
do.
yeah, so if you know more about it, maybe the judgment you have a different piece of information.
I know. Maybe a little bit of it I could tolerate, but not.
This is ridiculous. You should see my parents what they talk about.
But definitely not so much.
Yeah. Wait till you hear the story of how it happened. Then that's a whole different world. So you don't have any tattoos?
Let me ask you
No, I
something.
don't.
Let me ask you a quick question. And get this, please. Get this on. What if I told you, okay, that when he was young, he was held down, he was kidnapped, and they placed all these tattoos on him. So he had no bearing in everything that's on him the way he
They
is
put
today.
all of them. They put some.
You know, how then would that change the way you feel about him as a
That's
person?
very unfortunate and that's very sad because I would not wish that for it.
I know it's super
What if
sad.
it made me stronger, and then suddenly I became a figure in the world that helped everybody overcome any kind of victimhood they had, and then I chose it because what made me ugly. I said I'm just going to tattoo everything, so that people take the time to get to know who I am, because what tried to hurt me before now gave me strength. The pain became the power.
That's good that you're able to overcome all of that trauma,
Thank
all
God.
of that bad, all of that bad experience. But for me,
Try not to say it. Say Richard instead.
Is it important to you that a man has a strong character if you date him?
yes, it is.
Yeah. How important is that compared
Very
to looks?
important because I don't want any man that's weaker than me.
No one that's weaker,
Yes.
right? And how
What
can you
about
tell?
looks? What about looks? How does that relate?
No, I don't really. I don't dwell too much on looks. I more look at the person's heart and the way the person is able to treat me.
And you went over my looks.
No, I didn't went over your looks. You asked me a question if I would date someone covered in tattoo. No, I would definitely would not.
Oh, okay. Let's change the question now. Would you date this individual inside the tattoo?
Inside what?
Now, don't look at the tattoo, the character, the person. Would you date me as a person?
No, I'd have to get to know you.
Right. Would you go to eat sushi to get to know the person? Or your fake?
Oh, you're here. I was gonna go across there.
Hello. How are you?
She's asking. Let me ask you.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question.
But do you understand what I was saying right
Yes,
now?
I
Would you
understand.
date a man
Does that make
look
any
like
difference
that?
on the question?
Would I date a man that looked like?
I mean, when I say like that, like him.
He's talking about a tattooed person. Like
Yeah.
That's what he's talking about.
I wanted to see if you could categorize that.
Well, my ex was kind of
Your ex?
tatted.
Okay. So you'd have no problem.
No. Okay.
Right.
So
So
see,
what is- so what is
all hope
something-
is not lost.
Right. That's
Love is lost for you.
That's right.
That's the difference.
We were doing a social experience.
It's lost for you.
By the way they look, or you judge them for how they are. You know, so you look, and ironically, you said you look in the heart,
Yes.
but yet
But you know
failed
what?
to do that.
No. But you know what she said now? She said, you said, would you date a guy that looks like that? So that's why I was asking her. Would you date a character like this to get to know him? Like go,
Right.
we'll just go and have dinner and have a conversation, not in the street. Like,
Still with tattoos all over.
Yeah.
hold on. No, would you date the character, the person? Forget forget about the tattoos. Because you said, I asked you how important is a man's character to you. You said very important.
Yes.
You said he has to be stronger than you, not weaker than you. Okay, so far in this conversation, if I looked a different way, no tattoos, would you go to sushi and just get to know each other?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, so we're making progress here. We're growing. We're
Hey,
evolving
listen,
as we're staying.
you're not my type. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Thank you so much. Do me a favor. Go ahead and follow us right there. You can subscribe and follow us. And here, go get yourself a little something to eat, okay, as well. We appreciate your time.
Alrighty, thank you so much.
Thank you.
No more tattoos, okay?
Tattoo your name.
Would you date somebody? Would you date somebody like that?
You think that I would
He
discriminate
would.
him because he got tattoos
That's
on
what
his
we're
face?
wondering. We're doing a social
I'm from
experience.
Hawaii.
You're from Hawaii.
They tattoo their
Hey.
faces in Hawaii.
That's right. So you would have no problem loving this man.
Maui
Absolutely
warriors.
not.
I love that. I love
Your
that.
warriors
I love
tattoo their
that.
face.
There you go.
Yes.
I'm a warrior.
Warriors and Kolohe people, rascal. So the rascal guys, when their faces are tattooed on one face, it means they don't belong to a village. That's what it means.
Both fit
Yes.
here.
Yeah. Right on.
So both significant.
Would you date someone like you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Why
Thank you. I
not?
would date someone like you right away too.
Right. Well, let's go sit next to her. Why don't you go grab a seat on the bench there? Get close to her and just see how she feels about that.
Well,
See if you strike up a conversation.
we're going to learn something.
Yeah.
Part of social experiment is like being in the jungle, right? And I look at the animal. She's a human being, but look at her. A lion doesn't sit next to the lamb. Look at her. Look at me. There's no reason unless there's a camera. And she
I'll
gets-
show you the line.
Okay.
Cheers.
Can I stay here? Thank you. Thank you so much. How are you doing? You doing okay? Where are you from? See, you can still be respectful to women, okay? I'm just I'm saying the way you can do it. It's an approach, right? How you approach it.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to sit there and talk to her about this stuff. I could sit next to her. and talk.
talk, but it was just like you're saying it's violating her space.
If I was going to talk to her.
but you can do it in a different way.
If I was like to talk to her, I would have to have a real. That's the thing about social experiment. I would have to have a real reason to communicate. Otherwise, I'm fake.
Right.
I'm not fake.
Well, no.
So you ask me how I get the
you get
women,
to know somebody.
but I don't want to.
You don't want to know her.
No, look at her. That's what I'm saying. We're not even in the same breed.
How's it been going?
It's been pretty interesting. I'm not gonna lie. It's been pretty interesting. You go out here and you're trying to see whether people actually judge people for what they see or how they are. You see, because you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about what's inside. It's all about the heart. It's all about the person. And unfortunately, too many people go with these eyes and they go based on what you see, and they just classify you as somebody that you may not be. So today's social has been awesome because you see that. You see a guy's got tattoos all over him. You get scared. People say he's a gangbanger. People think that he's just got out of jail. That ain't the case. He's actually one of the nicest guys in the world. So here I am back with AZD. We just finished up social experience, and you know what, man? You're pretty fucking good at what you do. Okay,
Thank you. I'm actually
you're
the
in the
best,
wrong.
thank
But you know what? You're a great guy. You're a
Thank
great
you.
guy.
It's
And,
part of
and,
it.
and people, once they get to know you, they respect that and they understand that. They can feel it, right? The energy's there.
It's all about energy.
But the reality is, perception of the way people look is a player, though. It
course,
plays with some
of course.
people.
And what if I
you
told
got
you-
to overcome that somehow?
Yeah, but what if I told you my look is designed so that they judge wrong? Because once they saw within 5 minutes they were wrong, I was much closer than we would have been if they had not judged like that. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's true. That's true for sure.
Okay.
100%.
So we did it. Okay, we batted 100. Everybody at the end, even the ones that said never, 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 got to admit, you know. And here's the thing.
It's a real deal. It's a real deal.
And here's the thing. If they say no, the way I'm going about it, they actually violate the whole environment. They're gonna have to say they're shallow. They're gonna have to say that they don't. But nobody does. So I'm trying to tell you, there's a science on how to meet people, on how to get comfortable around them, and get your expression out to them. And so that's what I teach, and that's IMC Nation, and be the best and
Follow
fuck
this
the rest.
man. Follow
Thank
this
you.
man.
Hey man, thank you
Get
so
the
much.
core. So make sure you subscribe to AZD. Boom. We're gonna flip it up there. We're gonna show you exactly where
Go
to
to
subscribe.
Instagram, go to @408
For all you to learn.
AZDIMC. Okay, that's my Instagram, and I'll see you. That's my personal one. Okay, personal one.
That's right. And
I
you
wanna
know,
talk
as
to
always,
everybody.
And you know, as always, Wham Bam Podcast, baby, on YouTube. That's @Wham Bam's Podcast. Remember, as we always say, stay positive, baby, and keep testing negative.